Today we are learning Tatiana's weave. This is another stitch that I based off a design I found online, but as I again couldn't find a name for it, it seemed fitting to name it after the stitcher on whose work I found it. Our first step will be laying down stripes of satin stitch, each one 4 threads thick and with enough space between for a stripe of the same size, maybe with a little wiggle room if you'd like. Next, we'll place stripes of the same size but in the perpendicular direction. These lay on top of the ground threads, no weaving here, and you'll want to keep the distance between them the same as before, enough for another stripe of the same size. Returning to the direction of the ground threads, we'll now fill in those empty spaces with new stripes, again 4 threads thick, and laying on top of all the previous stitches. I will note that in the PDF pattern, I teach this stitch in a slightly different way, having you stitch both ground layers of the stripes first, then weaving the crossing threads through. Either way will give you exactly the same result, so do whichever seems easiest to you. This just goes to show that when it comes to the layering threads in laid work, there's not always just one way to go about it. To finish off this design, we'll add some tacking stitches, sort of in a running stitch style. These small stitches will cross over the final layer of thread, moving in the crossing thread direction and tacking down 1 stripe at a time. Place them on both sides of the crossing thread stripes. In the end, they'll give the impression of being woven through the ground threads without the hassle of actually weaving. And that is our completed Tatiana's weave, done with no weaving at all. And we're done!